Welcome. This is Fish Tanks Are Cool, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build this wonderful desktop style Paladarium. My wood structure of a tree sort of type thing was spider wood, and I put it together with super glue. There's some super glue marks all over it, but eventually we'll get into covering those up. So we're doing right now is I'm going to check and make sure that this filter is working. Now this tank right here, this is a snag on Amazon, and they sell it actually as a vase, not an aquarium, so that was cool. I got it for about 30 bucks. It's 10 by 10 by 4, so it was perfect for what I had in mind, because I want some water. I wanted the tank shallow, but I wanted a structure of livingness coming out of the top. Now at first my idea was going to be to stuff some sphagnum moss, and I'm going to get a nice dripping effect going down this tree, and then all the plants will be growing up out of it. So a few challenges I had in this part. My idea with the sphagnum moss and making it drip was working, but because it hanged over the side, it was then dripping off and over the enclosure, which I did not want to happen. So eventually we just had to go with a straight stream of water and forget about the dripping effect. It looked cool and it was a great idea, but it's fine. It was working very nice, but we'll go to the straight stream, you'll see that. So this wood little structure, this tree that I made, was a very tisky little guy, and I'm impatient and waiting for super glue to dry, and I did not have instant dry, so it was just not too much fun. I spent the whole night before trying to get that piece just right. And now I'm just taking super glue and sphagnum moss, and I'm covering up the super glue marks that are on the branches. You can also use dirt. You could use cocoa coir, is also another alternative. So now we are going into the land building portion of it. So we need a base. We need a base to get the dirt up out of the water so it's not nasty and it's not soaked and whatnot. So what I'm using is a coarse foam, and you could use it as filter media, basically same stuff, and I'm cutting it up into pieces and I'm wedging it, and I'm building a ground underneath the tree portion. So then I will take lava rocks and I'll put it on top of those, and I will have some height coming up out of the water, and then we'll be able to add a layer of sphagnum moss and then eventually the soil on top of that, because we want the soil away from the water as much as possible. There's a few other ways I could have done this. Simply silicone to glass partition a little square area where that tree actually would have been. That would have been smart, to where no water was at all getting in there. But I want this also to act as a filtration system, so the sponges are surrounding the pump, the lava rocks over top of the pump, and it's just tons of mechanical filtration, tons of chemical filtration, and then the plants that'll be growing in the soil going down will be taking a lot out of the water as well. The lava rocks providing so many places for beneficial bacteria to build. It'll be non-stop filtration, a beautiful running unit. Not already, subscribe to the channel and give this video a like if you find it entertaining, if you like it, if you like what we're doing, if you like where this is going, and drop a comment. Any helpful tips for me, any questions that you might want to know in possibly building your own, feel free. You don't need the tongs, but they are recommended. They just help a lot in specific little spots, especially for this, because we want no soil at all getting down into that water. So that helps in those little gaps, and you get in them crevices you might not be able to use your fingers for. A good amount of sphagnum moss is advised for this part. We are building this. Sphagnum moss is going to give us a shape to our land, in which the soil will be able to rest on. And like I said before, there are multiple ways you could do this. This is not the only way. This is an idea, so bear with me. So now we are getting some shape We are getting some shape to our land. Yes, look at that. Okay, now we have an idea of where we're gonna go with this, a little bit better idea. I do this too many times, but I get carried away and I do stuff without recording. So yeah, this is after I added the soil. And now you can understand the height we needed to be able to put about 1.5 inches of soil on top of that sphagnum moss. So now we are planting some of this palm that I got, and I separated the roots and I cut them down very short using the tweezers, and I'm making about 1 inch hole into the soil. I'm now placing the palm inside the holes, and I placed the palm from largest in the back going up to the shortest in the front. And now this is a part I skipped also. Before I added the soil, I did add a good amount of springtails to this system, so it will be a bioactive system as well. Yeah, I don't know, I screwed up, but here we go. Here we go. Dun dun dun. Yeah. Look at it. I feel so good at this moment right here. I have my miniature fig that I was able to get. It came in the mail. This was like a day or two after the build. I also threw in the rabbit's foot in the spot where I wanted it to go. Yeah, and I put in some of this wandering dude. It's gonna grow crazy, so I'm gonna have to keep that short. I don't know how this fern is going to do sitting in this amount of water. I don't know. It's an experiment. We're gonna see how it goes, and we're gonna roll with it. So we added a sandy gravel bottom to the bottom of the aquarium portion of the build. It is pre-existing to beneficial bacteria because it was just in the setup recently, and same with this soil that I got. That's gonna help things go a little bit better. I really love the miniature fig. It is beautiful. It looks just like an ivy, and I wanted some sort of miniature ivy in that fig. Definitely played a great role. I do want to figure out a way to get some sort of top over top of this enclosure. I believe the fig will like a little bit more humidity and do a little bit better. But this build so far is great. I love everything about it. Like I said, I hope this rabbit's foot fern does good and thrives in this setup. At this point, I've done about 3 initial water changes, which is not that much. There's about 1.5 gallons in this setup. And yeah, here it is with some fish, and I added some more aquatic plants. We got tons of duckweed, water lettuce, and these are just some baby guppies. Just something to poop in there, something to eat, some food, and we can get this setup going a little bit quicker because I plan on putting some shrimp in there. Full RO water, it's good to go. No nutrients or anything like that, no fertilizers in the soil. I will be dosing, and we're gonna wrap this video up. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and like I said before, if you found this video entertaining, if you like what we did, if you like what's going on, what you're seeing, hit that like button and subscribe.